Okay, this will be a reading, commentary, and review for Blue Ice Memories and Relationships. This is book 2 of Self Identity through Ho'oponopono, Miss K.R. Sith Conversations. The Sith Conversations, uh, and I think they are still going on. I was going to say it was a radio show, but I did look it up, and some of these conversations are still going on. Of course, Dr. Hewlin is no longer with us, so he is not a part of the radio's programs anymore, and now they're on the internet. I believe they're on Zoom. Don't quote me on that though. But what happened was there were conversations and there was a big transcript that was made. And so these books are the edited version of that transcript. I'm going to read from chapter 7, A Relationship with Every Atom. KR. I was just talking to someone who was going to paint their house, and I said, "Talk to your house." They said, "What? What for?" I said, "If you want to paint your house, you've got to talk to your house. Maybe the house knows it's going to get painted. Maybe it doesn't. No one specifically said to the house, 'I'm thinking of painting. Do you want to be painted?' Or, 'I will be painting, so what color?' You may think that it sounds silly, but maybe an auto mechanic understands and can relate to what I'm saying. Cars understand what we are saying as well as houses. And, that's why people name their cars. They bless their cars when they get in. They'll rub their hand. I've had a friend who used to rub her hand on the dashboard of the car and, just bless the car and say thank you over the car. And let's see, Dr. Hewlin continues. Someone taking the Ho'oponopono class owned a construction business. She talked about how important it was to talk to the boards, the nails, the colors, and all the equipment that was involved. When she did this, the development progressed much more quietly and cost less money as compared to the old-fashioned way where you don't talk to anything and you think that these things will just work out. That's the beauty of the Ho'oponopono process. We can actually begin by talking to the land and the equipment. You realize that everything is alive, and as you do your cleaning, you can have a relationship with every piece of dust or atom or whatever it is that is going on in your life. KR, right? So again, when we go through life, we are going to have experiences. The conscious mind will tend to judge and to look for specific outcomes. And the subconscious mind will try to tell us, look, let's look here, let's clean this. The relationship between the conscious and subconscious is critical for us. We want to do Ho'oponopono, realizing that we have created and accumulated karmic burdens and ties in our experiences and memories from the moment of our creation to the present. We come into this lifetime and don't realize that this is the middle of the movie. If we walk into the middle of the movie and somebody's punching somebody, you think, "Oh, that's the bad guy. Oh, what's that guy doing?" Then, what is this guy doing? What's happening? Where are they? Where did it all start? Where did it start? Well, we're like that in this life. We don't know who we've been, and we don't know what we've been to each person and to each place. We buy a house. We don't know that we killed 20 people on that house site way back. We don't know what we've done. So, again, our friendship with the subconscious is most important. We can develop the friendship by caring for the subconscious and realizing that the subconscious is the memory bank. If the subconscious is willing to apply the principles of Ho'oponopono, Then together, the conscious and the subconscious mind make the petition for the Ho'oponopono process and then send it up to the Amakua. That's the only way out of this mess. Otherwise, we're never going to get out. Dr. Hulin, it's easier said than done. I'm always looking and asking myself what's going on in me, whatever is happening, whatever I'm experiencing, whether it's rain or snow, whether I get on an airplane or take a walk, I can clean. I remember years ago I was sitting with Morna on an airplane. The airplane was shaking violently, and so I was looking out of the window. She said very quietly to herself, "You're looking in the wrong place." That was beautiful. If it was a tornado or no matter what was happening, I needed to look inside as opposed to looking outside. There is nothing going on out there. KR. The basic premise is you can't look 1 inch past your nose. And as Morna used to say, put your hand up in front of your face and what do you see? So you can only look at yourself. To do the cleaning, I'm going to ask myself, am I applying my tools? What is the connection with this person? I'm trying to diligently get to the cleaning, not reacting, not saying that person is right or that person is wrong or I'm right or I'm wrong. It's just about getting to the cleaning. We're constantly looking at the cleaning to get out of a rut, and the rut is a memory replaying. It'll happen over and over and over again. And what that is telling me, or what was brought to my mind just now, is like you can have the same boyfriend but in different bodies, or the same husband. You can get married 7 times and you have the same type of marriage, the same type of husband, because you didn't clean your memories. Going back to the book. And so, how do we jump how do we jump out of the loop and get on a different pathway? My experience is to get to the cleaning and ask for a solution. For how else do we get out of a rut? How else do we jump the karmic path, the karmic replay, and move on to something different? Dr. Hulin, I like your mother's idea of jumping. Most people feel they can talk their way out of arguments, but the arguments in themselves are patterned. They are old roles we play over and over again, and so we're stuck in what I'm going to call a memory trap. Dr. Hulin, it's like you have a CD or a DVD or a CD player. He's still talking, but when it goes to another page, it repeats his name, I guess, for clarity's sake. It's like you have a DVD or a CD playing a specific track, and it keeps repeating a particular soundbite over and over. That's a great analogy. I love that analogy because I used to grow up listening to CDs and or DVDs, and if you just, it's kind of like the movie Groundhog's Day. You just, that loop keeps replaying and replaying and replaying, and it's not good. It's not Pono. Let's see. The question is, how do you deal with being stuck with that particular track? What Ho'oponopono is saying is that the memory is the track, and the way to deal with it is through repentance and forgiveness. Saying simply, what's going on in me? I'm sorry. I would like to make amends. And yes, this is so simple, but it may not always be easy because things happen. We're living in this 3D world, and some people call this world Maya, which is illusion. And so everybody gets to choose. Everybody gets to choose to be a good guy or a bad guy. And if you're doing Ho'oponopono, you most likely are choosing to do good and to be pono with everyone and everything. And, the quote unquote good person, good guy, good girl. But then you have bad hombres, as someone used to say, you have bad characters. And so they are doing things that are not necessarily Pono, but we can't judge them as bad because they basically are us. And so we have to clear those erroneous memories that are in our subconscious mind. It's simple, but it's not necessarily easy when you're going through these circumstances. It can be discouraging sometimes, but when you're doing the Ho'oponopono, you won't be distressed. If you get distressed, you won't stay distressed. I'll put it that way. Allow the divinity in you to transmute the memories and take you back to nothing, to zero. It takes you back to what Morna calls balance and what I like to call zero. Once you're back to zero, the track ends immediately. So, being at zero allows whatever is perfect and right to come in. And for me, when I do the cleaning, I'm never cleaning for a particular result or outcome. I'm only cleaning to get to zero. I'm only cleaning to ask if divinity would be willing, however divinity does it, to transmute the memories. I'm never sure what the memories are, but I'm stuck, and so I'm asking divinity to set the memories free. If we are created in the image of the divine, infinite nothing or infinite zero or infinite void, then it's important to have an idea of what that means. I'm going to ask KR if she would comment about this notion of being at zero or being nothing. KR? KR says, being zero or being nothing for me means when my uhane, the conscious mind, and my unahilapili, the subconscious mind, are in harmony with each other and joined together. So being at zero or being nothing is when the conscious mind and the subconscious mind are in harmony and joined together. As always, when the two are united, they join with the Amakua. So we established a relationship between the Yuhani and the Unahilapali. We do our petitions and we ask for the transmutations to happen. Then we can experience that state of being without memories, without replay, without thoughts of what we've done before. Then we achieve that zero, that state of zero, in which we are the self with a capital S experiencing the infinite. And when we're experiencing that infinite, we're experiencing miracles, which are natural for us because we're in that divine state, we're in the divine flow, we're doing what divinity would have us to do. We are the embodiment of divinity. Dr. Hewlin, once the memories are freed up, they move from being a memory into pure energy. From pure energy, divinity takes that energy, releasing it back into itself, and you're back at void. You're back to zero. You're back to the beginning. And out of that blank comes inspiration. It's a new beginning. Through cleaning, you can go from old stuff to a new beginning. And ultimately, as you clean, you blame less, you think less, and you get to the cleaning faster because that's what the cleaning is about. It's to dissolve and resolve the memories and free yourself from them so you can get back to being yourself. And that is divinity. Okay, so I have enjoyed reading this book. I actually enjoy reading the series. Book one, I said I wouldn't recommend it because it was so tiny, but I'm going to reread it and see if I would consider a different verdict after having gone through most of the books in the series. I don't know. It's just that that book was so small, I might not have given it a chance, and so I want to go back and reread it. Okay, so this particular book I'm giving a 5 out of 5 stars, and talk to things. Things hear you. I was talking and praying over the house today, and it felt like it was grateful that I acknowledged it for shelter. It felt happy to me today. Also, when I wear clothes, I'll ask, what would you like me to wear today? One outfit was saying it didn't want me to wear it. I had worn it last week, and it was like, no, don't wear this outfit today. It wanted me to wear something uh, with jeans, so I wore jeans today, and that's what the clothes were telling me to wear. So things can talk to us. You got to get to zero. You have to release any points of view that say things can't talk to me. But through these examples, we are encouraged to talk to our things and talk to our food and pray over our food and drink water that has been blessed. And we say, I love you, water, for cleansing and nourishing our body. So, that is it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I hope you're having a wonderful day or evening wherever you're at in the world. Bye.